One of the most important things in the kitchen is your knives. You're not going to get very far cooking, slicing things up. You're not even going to make much of a salad without a knife. This is my set. I got this as a wedding gift. It's a fairly basic set, but it's decent quality. You don't have to spend a lot of money. So your standard set of knives are your short paring knife, your bread knife, nice big chopping knife, your carving knife, important for your Sunday roast, and your veg knife. I've got 5 knives here. I actually only need that one, which is my chopping knife, and that one, which is my veg knife. Obviously, sharpen your knife. The less likely you are to cut yourself. You're not going to cut yourself as badly, and it's not going to hurt as much. It's really important. Also, it makes slicing stuff much easier. You're not going to slice through much with a blunt knife. First thing, in order to check how sharp your knife is, you take it very gently, pass your thumb across the blade. If you can feel little gaps in it, if it feels rough and bumpy, obviously it needs sharpening. I've got 3 different sharpeners to show you. Everyone has a different one they like. First one I'm going to show you is a standard handheld sharpener you can get in most supermarkets, most kitchen stores. There's about 1 million different configurations of this particular type. Dead easy to use. You just hold it down, stick your knife in the, I'm trying to think of a better word than slot, and run it along the sharply bits, and then afterwards your knife should feel smoother, and the edge will feel like the edge of a piece of paper does. You can feel that it's thin. It will feel slightly thinner. It seems odd to describe. You'll understand what I mean when you try it. Next sharpener I'm going to show you is standard butcher steel. They don't have to be expensive. I've seen them as much as 120 quid. You don't need to spend that much. If you can't find one, go and see a butcher. Ask them nicely, they'll order you one. This one cost me about 9 quid. I got it from my butcher. It was nice enough to get me one, and I've had it for a couple of years. It still works. Technique again is really easy. Hold it in one hand, obviously. Take your knife in the other, and just carefully slide the blade along, and it will get sharper. Again, use your fingers or your thumb, and it will feel smoother and better sharpened. That's what I'm going to show you. These are hard to get hold of. Sharpening stone. This one must be Grandad's. It's about 60 years old, but it still sharpens stuff, so there's no point getting rid of it. These days you're more likely to find a sharpening stone in someone that does hunting supplies or camping supplies. Again, they're not very expensive, and they're worth the money because they last them. Well, this one's 60 years old, it's still got loads of life, but they last a long time, is what I'm saying for the money. So again, really simple technique. I'll show you with a small knife. This is better for your smaller knives. Take a flat edge of the stone, scrape the knife slowly away from you or towards you, depending on which side of the blade you're doing, and then again check how much sharper it's gotten with the edge of your thumb. Be very careful when you're doing it. You don't want to slice your thumb open. If you press too hard, it's going to go badly wrong, and you'll have to clean up and possibly go to the hospital. We don't want that. Be very cautious with your knives. You look after them, they'll look after you. You can get away with these 2 at a very bare minimum. If that's all you've got, perfect. The only other thing I want to say about knives is when you're choosing one, make sure you get one where, for example, the grip feels good in your hand, and like choosing a pen to write with. If it's comfortable in your hand, you're going to write more easily. If your knife is comfortable in your hand, you're going to slice and dice more easily.